Welcome to my YouTube channel. This is Narayan Rao Kovur. In this video, we are going to explain the details of international trade negotiations. Negotiations means discussions. So, what is the meaning of international trade negotiations and who are the stakeholders in international trade negotiations? Major events in 2020 and major types of agreements in international trade, etc. So now let us examine first what is the meaning of international trade negotiations. International trade negotiations are discussions between countries aimed at formulating international trade rules. Formulating international trade rules. These international trade negotiations are complex in nature and interactive in nature because countries having conflict interest and competing objectives. The countries having different interests and different objectives. That is why international trade negotiations are complex in nature, interactive in nature. Next, who are the stakeholders in international trade negotiations? The stakeholders in international trade negotiations are: one is national governments, second one is interest groups, third one is lobbying groups, fourth one is pressure groups, and fifth one is non-government organizations. So these are the stakeholders in international trade negotiations. Next, major events in 2020 that made trade negotiations more relevant. Major events in 2020 that made trade negotiations are more relevant. The major events are: one is Britain's exit from European Union because UK wanted greater control its laws or acts or borders and the economy. That is why Britain's exit from European Union. Second one is United States Mexico Canada agreement as the successor of NAFTA. So North America Free Trade Agreement. So second major event is United States Mexico Canada agreement as the successor of NAFTA, North America Free Trade Agreement. Third reason is US-China trade war. US-China trade war. Fourth one is global pandemic COVID-19. These four are the major events in 2020 that made trade negotiations more relevant. Next, major types of agreements in international trade. Major types of agreements in international trade. So those are: one is unilateral trade agreement. Unilateral trade agreement. So unilateral trade agreement means an agreement where one country independently reduces trade barriers like tariffs. Unilateral agreement means it is an agreement where one country independently reduces trade barriers like tariff. That is called unilateral agreement. Unilateral trade agreement. Example: India reducing import duty on certain goods. This is the example for unilateral trade agreement. So only one country independently reduces the trade barriers like tariffs. Second one is bilateral trade agreement. Bilateral trade agreement. So bilateral trade agreement means an agreement between two countries to promote trade. An agreement between two countries to promote trade. This agreement is called bilateral trade agreement. Example, India, Japan, CEPA, Comprehensive Economic Partnership Agreement between India and Japan. That is example for bilateral trade agreement. Third one is regional preferential trade agreement. Regional preferential trade agreement. So a group of countries granting preferential tariff concessions on selected goods. So RTA, Regional Preferential Trade Agreement, is a group of countries granting preferential tariff concessions on selected goods. Example, SAFTA, South Asian Free Trade Area. South Asian Free Trade Area, that is called SAFTA. Example for Regional Preferential Trade Agreement. Fourth one is trading bloc. Fourth one is trading bloc. It is a group of countries that come together to promote regional trade cooperation. This is called trading bloc. A group of countries that come together to promote regional trade cooperation. This is called trading bloc. Examples are European Union and Asian. So, Association of Southeast Asian Nations. So, there 10 countries are there. In Asian, 10 countries are there. So, like Malaysia, Indonesia, Thailand, Cambodia, Singapore, etc. Nearly 10 countries. That is example for trading bloc. Fifth one is free trade area. Free trade area. In free trade area, member countries remove tariff among themselves but maintain different external tariff for non-member countries. Free trade area is an agreement. Member countries remove tariff among themselves. Member countries remove tariff among themselves but maintain different external tariff for non-member countries. So examples are NAFTA or USMCA. NAFTA means North America Free Trade Agreement, or another one is United States Mexico Canada Agreement. Next. So those are example for free trade area. Free trade area. Sixth one, Customs Union. CU. Customs Union. In Customs Union, member countries remove tariff among themselves and apply a common external tariff on non-member countries. So, Customs Union is an agreement. Member countries remove tariffs among themselves and apply a common external tariff on non-member countries. Examples are European Union. European Union is the best example for Customs Union. Next, another one is Common Market or Common Economic or Monetary Union. Common Market or Common Economic or Monetary Union. So it is an agreement. That means free movement of goods, services, capital and labor. free movement of goods, services, capital, and labor. So, example is European Union. Eurozone is a monetary union. Eurozone is a monetary union. So, this is the meaning of international trade negotiations. International trade negotiations. Negotiations means discussions. So, thank you for watching. Like, share, subscribe, and comment.